Hi, it's Naomi here, and I'm so glad you're here and that you've decided to join this boot camp. And it's a very, very powerful step you've taken to improve your relationship with food. Only you can know the true nature of the path you've already walked in your quest for food freedom, for body image freedom. And it may have been a rocky one, it may have been a challenging one, it may have been one that has felt beset with difficulties or setbacks. And so be super gentle with yourself during the next few weeks, because it may be parts of you feel hesitant about trying something new, that they feel you'll be disappointed. And also, I want to drop in that it takes courage to be in part of a group. It's an intimate experience, sharing our journeys with food and our bodies. And so, really be gentle with every part of you and listen. I invite you to deeply listen to any thoughts or fears or concerns that might come up in response to this process, and note them down for yourself and make the intention and set the intention to honor the different parts of you and the different fears that they may have about this journey. So this boot camp is very, very much about sowing a few seeds of readiness and inspiration, where my 3-month program, my deeper program, goes much more deeply into creating the foundations for lasting change. So just be aware of that and adjust your expectations of this boot camp. It is about, like I said, sowing the seeds, creating a few aha moments in you, and setting the readiness, setting the atmosphere of openness, readiness, and hope when it comes to your own food freedom journey. It can be really helpful to approach this boot camp with an air of adventure and fun, and a little bit of like experimenting or exploration just dropped in and mixed in there for good measure, because this seems to be the way that we can be fully on board with the process, when we know there's no way we can fail, and there absolutely isn't. This is more of an exploration of ourselves and our relationship with food and our bodies. So why do I do this work? Well, unhealthy and challenging relationships with food can have massive knock-on effects, massive consequences on our bodies in terms of pain and inflammation and chronic health issues. We may not be experiencing those now, but we may have this feeling like uneasiness whenever we don't take care of ourselves with food. We may get the sense of, am I really taking care of this beautiful, wonderful machine, which is my body, for the long run? But also the sort of psychological side of us gets so affected. We may experience uncontrollable cravings, depression from the food that we're eating, diabetes even, low self-esteem, and sort of emotional experiences like problems in relationships, lack of focus in our work, sexual challenges or insecurities, procrastination in other areas of our life. It's like the list goes on and on. Our relationships with food somehow are fundamentally and powerfully connected to every area of our lives. And so that's why I'm even more excited that you're here, because my sense is that as you start to sow the seeds and find some of this curiosity and openness inside yourself, to make some headway in terms of feeling more hopeful and stepping into even possibly a deeper journey in the future, actually you're taking a powerful step when it comes to the rest of your life too, and the connection that food has with changes you might want to make in those areas too. So I absolutely celebrate you being here. I just want to say a word about the diet industry, because we may know, we may not know, but basically the diet mentality as it stands just does not work. It is outdated, it doesn't sustain. It basically says, here are some rules, follow those rules. And implicitly, it's basically saying, if you don't follow those rules, or if you break those rules, then you're weak, then you're a failure. And that basically just does not work on us humans. It may work for some of us for short periods, but when it comes to sustainable, lasting change, which is why my sense is why you're here and what you're interested in learning more about, those sorts of round and round, merry-go-round experiences of, I'm going to try something, it didn't work, I feel discouraged, are just setting us back and taking away, draining our energy and making us feel even more hopeless. So actually, we need a different approach. And this feeling of being discouraged actually may have even prevented us from being open in the past, and even hesitant to try new ways to experience and find food freedom in our lives. Parts of us may feel this secret hopelessness. And so I guess in that way, I feel extra honoured that you're here, and that those any hopeless parts that you might feel, or secretly discouraged parts, that they're here, they're willing to give this a try, they're relaxed enough to allow you to be here on this journey. And it may be a big step for them, especially, like I said, joining this group with other people and sharing your journey, and rather intimate to do so. And I honour that. And I intend to hold that in the deepest respect. And I also invite you to take care of yourselves and your own boundaries within sharing what comes up for you during these next 2 weeks. So let those parts know that you're there, listen to them, and make the inner resolve that you're going to care for them, that you don't need to share too much, and set the intention that you're not going to override any internal fears that you might have about this process, but rather you're going to bring more awareness to them. And if you have a bit of a kind of stop sign coming up from any of your parts, that you're going to notice that stop sign and you're going to honour it. I have actually witnessed countless of turnarounds when it comes to women's relationships with food, reversal of health issues, feeling more free, feeling more happy, feeling more at peace and more connected to their bodies. So I invite you to have the faith that that is all in store for you too, and that during this next few weeks, there can be some sort of a few openings in your mind about how that might be for you. And my hope is that you will have increased hope that this is in store for you too. Over the next 2 weeks, you'll be receiving the odd video from me into your inbox, so you can watch that in your own time, absorb what I suggest there when it comes to exploring your relationship with food and your body. And I will just say that the more you prioritize the time and the space to dive in over the next few weeks, the more you will get out of this time together. I will say again and again that of all the people I work with, all those women, it is the ones not necessarily that need it the most that get the most out of it, but the ones that consistently make the time and space every day, and it doesn't have to be hours and hours, maybe just 20 minutes a day, to listen to the video, to put into practice what is suggested in the video, and really to have it be percolating away in the background. And again, very important, like I said, that the atmosphere of fun and adventure. So looking forward to meeting you very soon. Let's stay connected as well during this time that we are spending together. And I invite you to friend me on Facebook, and also send me a message to my mobile number so that I can add you to a Facebook group and a WhatsApp group if you wish. This can be a really helpful way of making the most of our journey. And in the email where I've sent this video, I will share my mobile number for you to do this, plus an area code and country code if you're not from the UK, and also my Facebook name for you to like me on Facebook if you feel comfortable doing that. And if you don't feel comfortable and there are any blocks or challenges or practical issues around doing that, just feel free to press reply and let me know about those. And yeah, we can work with whatever feels like the right way for you to engage in this program over the next 2 weeks. So see you very, very soon. Bye-bye.